You are watching the last part of the FreeCAD Draft Intermediate Course. In previous lessons, we have created this garage floor plan drawing and we placed it on a page. And the last thing we need to do is to create this room schedule with the room number column, room name column, and the area column. So how will we do that? First, we will create objects that will automatically calculate the room area. So I will switch to the Draft Workbench and I will create a new layer for these objects. So I will create a new and I will name it room area. And actually I will give it some color that is easily shown and I will make it transparent like 80. And also this color I could make, let's make it blue. Okay, and I will make this layer active. So I will switch the room area as the active layer. And now I will create a rectangle. I will make sure that the face is turned on so I will see it easily. I've got my snapping turned on and I will create a rectangle from this point to this point. So basically the whole area of the room. And I will name the object by selecting it and hitting F2 and I will rename it to room 101. And I will create a new rectangle from this point to, and I will actually turn off the hatches so I don't snap on them, to this point, and I will rename it room 102, and again from this point to this point, and I will rename it room 103. The names are quite important so that I can set which one is which. So these are the kind of a helper objects, and now we will actually go to creating the schedule and we will use the spreadsheet workbench for this task. So I will switch to the spreadsheet workbench and I will create a new spreadsheet by clicking this button, new spreadsheet, and this creates a spreadsheet object inside of my project tree. So to open it, I will double click it and this opens up the spreadsheet. And here I can fill in the cells. So this one will be number. If I hit tab, I will switch here. This is the name column. Hit tab. This will be the area. I will do the parentheses and I will type in M2, but I want this to be M squared. So what I will do is I will actually open Windows character map. So I've got it open here. So this is the character map and I will choose the squared symbol. I will select it, copy it. Now I can close the character map and I will go here and delete this too and paste Ctrl V the squared symbol. So this is what I will do. And then the number I will type in 101, hit enter, 102, hit enter, 103, hit enter. And in the name this is garage, hit enter, this is storage, and this is the toilet. So this is quite easy. For the area we will do that a bit later, but I want to have here the name of the sheet, so I want to join these three cells. So I will select them by clicking here and shift clicking here, and I will use this tool to merge cells. Now they are joined, and if I double click here I can type in room schedule. So this is all good. I will also want to make this bold, so I will select the cell and make it bold, and I want to make it centered, the text like so. And I also want to make these three bold, so I will select them. I will click here and drag my mouse and make them bold. And all of these I will actually want to be centered horizontally like so. So now I've got my basic spreadsheet created and I want to place it on a page. How would I do that? I go to the page and I switch to the Text Drawer Workbench because now I want to work on the page. And here in the Text Drawer Workbench, I will go to the Text Drawer menu and use this views from other workbenches. And while having the spreadsheet selected previously, I will go here and click the spreadsheet view. And this created this spreadsheet view on the page, and it's actually placed here. So I will click and drag it up here. So I've got my room schedule placed here, but you can see it's less than ideal. This is because by default, only the first 4 cells are placed on the sheet. And I want to place the cells from this one. So it's A1 up to this one. This is C5. So I want to have this range on the page. So while having the spreadsheet selected, I will go to its properties, and it's in the data properties, and the start cell is A1 and the cell end is C5. I will hit enter, and you can see immediately that those cells that I want to have on the page are here visible. Now we'll need to do some formatting, and when I have the sheet selected, I could change the whole scale. If I change it to 2, it will be big like this, but this is not what I want because I want to have these texts a little bit larger, not the whole cells. So I will change the scale back to 1, and I will actually change the font to Arial, so all of the fonts are the same. So I will change the font to Arial, and what we will need to change is the text size. So if I change it to 20, you can see it's too big, so I will change it to 18. Oops, not 28 but 18. So let's say this is all right for me. I may also want to have some of the columns in a different width, so I will make this one more wide like so. So back to the page. Now if I redraw the page, you can see that the columns react to how I made them wide in spreadsheet. And what I want to also have is to have the line width much more than this default one. So let's say 0.7 or maybe even 1. Yep. Now I can still move the schedule up here. So this is the formatting of the spreadsheet of the page. This is really nice. So the last thing we need to do is to have the area calculated here, and we will use the area property of these objects that we created. So these rectangles, they have the area property, and we will use this one. We will actually copy this one into the spreadsheet. So if I click into the spreadsheet and I want to have the room 101 area shown here, I will select this cell, and here in the content I will type in equals, and if I start to write room, you can see that I've got options here with the names of different objects in my project, and I will select the room 101. So I will click here. Now the dot is placed here automatically because next should be the property name. So I will type in ARI, and I've got the autofill here again, so I will select area. And if I hit enter, you can see that the area that's calculated automatically is placed here. We just need to format it a bit better because this does not look good. I want to have the area measured in meters squared. So first I want to have that in meters, so I will select the cell again and I would divide this by 10,000 to have it in, well, it's actually not 10,000 but it's a million, to have it in meters, but I've got still those units here. So to get rid of the unit symbol, this is a bit of a workaround. I can divide it by millimeters squared. So I will go divide and use this millimeters, and to have it squared, I will type in this symbol and 2, and if I hit enter, you can see that this cancels out, showing the millimeters, and it's actually the meters. So now I've got my calculation of meters square of the area. So I could actually copy this with Ctrl C, go here, use Ctrl V, and I will only change this room name to room 102, hit enter, and also paste it here, and I will change this to room 103, hit enter, and you can see the alignment is now not good enough, so I will switch back to Spreadsheet Workbench and change the alignment to vertical center so it's aligned correctly. Now if I go to my page, you can see that the area calculation is here and it's calculated automatically from the objects that I created. And this is the end of our course. We have learned how to create and work with layers, how to create geometry, sometimes more complex geometry like arcs, how to create different line types like dashed or dash dot types, how to work with compounds, how to create dimensions and text, and how to place our drawing on a tech draw page. We have also learned in this last lesson how to create Spreadsheet Workbench to create schedules on your page. If you enjoyed this course, consider supporting the FCB Lounge channel. It can be done through the Ko-Fi donation page, which is linked in the description box below. Every donation is welcome. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you in the next one.